students. In yesterday's class, we have discussed about the types of asexual reproduction like budding method, as well as we have seen the another method of asexual reproduction as spore formation. Now we are going to discuss another mode of vegetative propagation. Another mode is vegetative propagation. Today we are going to discuss another method of asexual reproduction is vegetative propagation. What is vegetative propagation? So let us see what is vegetative propagation. So vegetative propagation is nothing but the part of the plant other than the seed. So what is here? The part of the plant other than the seed. Other than the seed means other plant parts like root, stem, leaves. So these parts of the plants are used to produce the new plant. That's what this method is called as vegetative propagation. So propagation means to produce propagals. So what is vegetative propagation means? Part of the plant other than the seed. Other than the seed used as propagals. So what is propagals means? Reproductive particle. Reproductive particle. So what is propagal means? Reproductive particle. So this vegetative propagation method, they are using other than the seed to produce the new plant. So it is called as vegetative propagation. So these vegetative propagations are of two types. How many types of vegetative propagations are there? It is of two types. Number one, natural vegetative propagation, and next artificial vegetative propagation. So these are the two methods of vegetative propagations which are followed by the different plants. Now we are going to discuss natural vegetative propagation. Natural vegetative propagation. So under this method, naturally plants are able to produce the new plant other than the seed. That is, they are using either root, either stem or leaves to produce the new plant. So naturally this process is occurring. Means naturally the plants are producing. So this is called as natural vegetative propagation. So what is vegetative propagation means? The part of the plant other than the seed which is used to produce the new plant or used as propagals or reproductive particle. Then what do we call as a vegetative propagation? Under natural vegetative propagation, why the plants are using other than the seed to produce? Because some of the plants, maybe flowering plants or non-flowering plants. So these plants, they may lost the capable to produce the seeds. That is the one condition. Means they are not able to produce the seeds. In such case, as well as they are producing non-viable seeds. Non-viable seeds means even though the plants are producing seeds, but they are not alive. Such kind of seeds are called as non-viable seeds. So why this natural vegetative propagation occurs means, in case of flowering plant, they do not produce seeds. they may be, even though they are producing seeds, produces non-viable seeds. They may be produces seeds, but what type of seeds they are producing? Non-viable seeds. Non-viable seeds means what? They are non-living, means they have no capability to produce new plant. In such conditions of the plants, they uses natural vegetative propagation in development of new plant. So why this method is followed is basically they have no capability to produce seeds. That is the one condition. Another condition, maybe they are producing seeds, but what type of seeds they are producing? Non-viable seeds. What is non-viable seeds means? Which are not alive, means they are not capable to develop into new plant. In such conditions, the plants are using the vegetative propagation. Under this natural vegetative propagation, usually the plants develops through the root, stem and leaf. By using these different parts of the plant, they are producing new plant. Now let us see through the root. Through the root, how the plants are growing into new plant. So the tuberous roots, that is modified roots or modified tuberous roots, are producing the new plants through their root. Understand? So the modified tuberous root develop into new plant. So the root itself is developing into new plant. Such kind of growth of the plant, what do we call as growth of the plant through the root? So root vegetative propagation. What do we call as root vegetative propagation? So this occurs in case of, for example, sweet potato. Where it occurs in sweet potato. So if you observe the sweet potato, the earlier roots are called radicals. The earlier roots of the sweet potato are what we call as radical, which in turn develops into new plant. This one, the modified tuberous roots. What type of roots they are? Modified tuberous roots of sweet potato. They grows into new plant. So that type of propagation, what we call as root vegetative propagation. Next, through the stem. Here, the the stem of the plants. How can you identify whether the plant part is a stem, a root or leaf? This is based on the presence of nodes and internodes. On what basis? Presence of nodes and internodes that helps in determination or to know the plant part is stem. So in case of the stem, so what is happening here? The modified is underground stem. What it is? Modified underground stem. Usually the stem is growing above the soil. That is generally occurs. Whereas in case of some of the plants, the stem is growing under the soil or under the ground. Why it is called as a stem? Even though it is growing under the ground, we call it as stem because of the presence of nodes and internodes. That makes us to identify it as a stem. So based on that, the modified underground stem, they develops into new plant. What type of stem it is? Modified underground stem. Modified underground stem used to produce a new plant. These occurs in different methods. These occurs in different methods in different plants, like rhizome. This method of reproduction through the rhizome occurs in banana as well as ginger. So through the rhizome, banana and ginger can produce a new plant. Next, tuberous stem. Tuberous stem, which are nothing but a potato. If you observe on the potato, you can find small dots, bud-like structures. What do we call as eye buds? These eye buds are used to produce a new plant. That's why it is called as stem. Potato, it is called as stem. That is tubers. And next to the bulbs like onion and as well as garlic. Onion, we have seen onion. Actually, in case of onion, if you observe, there is at the bottom of onion you can find disc-like structure. Through these disc-like structures, we have seen the growth of the roots. This disc of the onion generally we can call as stem. That stem is used to grow into new plant. That's what we can see in case of bulbs. And next we can see that corms. Corms are nothing but underground vertical stems. So what is corm means? Underground vertical stem, which occurs in colocasia. And next, this also occurs another method like stolon, which occurs in mint. Occurs in case of mint plant. And also offset. These offsets are nothing but subaerial stem. So this is not underground stem. Offset is subaerial stem. Means the stem is growing on the surface of the water. So it is called as subaerial stem, and that is occurs in case of water hyacinth. It is called as water hyacinth. In this way, these are some of the examples of the different methods which are followed by the plants to produce through their modified stem and grows into new plant. That's what modification of fruit has seen. And another method of reproduction through the leaf. The leaves are developing adventitious buds on the surface. For example, in case of bryophyllum, so bryophyllum leaf, it is developing adventitious buds. What do they are developing? Adventitious buds develops. Adventitious buds are developed on the surface of the leaf, and which in turn develops into new plant from these buds. So from these buds they develop the root as well as leaf and growing into new plant. In this way, this kind of method is occurs in bryophyllum. So the leaf, through the leaf, the growth of the plant is occurs in case of bryophyllum. In this way, we can see under natural vegetative propagation, the plants are using different parts to grow into new plant, like a root, stem and leaf. These are the different methods of vegetative propagation occurs through the naturally.